Hey YouTube, Parson Rick here. Not a Sunday update, but Monday afternoon. We didn't get home till after dark on Sunday. Smoking my 6267 Ellie. Been with it for about a week or two. And finishing up the last of the Odyssey, which has Cyprian Latakia. Smells, I like the smell a lot. And it was given to me at a pipe meetup by one of our Washington brethren, and it's been okay. The weather's cooled off here. I've gone back to the pipes, sprinkling a few cigars in. This is one from a couple days ago. This is a Leaf by Oscar Valadares. They're really good. I like them. They come wrapped in a tobacco leaf. So you got to make sure they're in your humidor. No, I don't have a humidor. I just have cigar boxes with those little packets in them. Goes in the burn pile. It'll dry out. So, but very nice flavor, and they've got, I think, two different wrapper styles I've had, like a Maduro and a Connecticut or something. Don't quote me to anybody. I'm doing a little cleaning on the pipe. I didn't get a chance to clean it last time I used it. Anathema. But I'd run out of cleaners. So I figured I'd just do it from the start, chatting with you boys and girls. Hello to my new subscribers. This weekend, interesting Sunday anyway, we Miss Chris decided she wanted to go to the coast for some clam chowder, so I didn't want to go, but I did. So I'm a good husband, and so we went over to Florence, went to her favorite place. The bad part about it was it's like 150-160 mile round trip, and I had someplace to be in the afternoon, and so we Sunday afternoon, my high school graduating class of 1976, Pleasant Hill High School, Go Billies. We had just a little semi-informal get together at a restaurant out in Pleasant Hill, which there's only like 3, and just a little get together. There's like 12 of us or something, and I was about an hour late. Went in with a 150-mile beard. It was a little Rasputin going on, and it was nice to see. Not really have an Aristocog tamper. One of the interesting things about going to a small school out in the sticks is we had a graduating class of 98, and 57 of us had gone all 12 years together, and so of the people there, I'd have to check, but at least 3 of us were in the same class in first grade, right? And I think there was a couple more, but I would have to verify that from pictures. But it's odd. My wife noted, there's only 12 of us there. And she said, well, like half of them didn't even talk to you. Enough people to sit at one table, and no, they didn't even know I was there. I said, yeah, that's the way high school was. I don't know, it's weird, but I was not one of the cool kids. And so the ones that were there, they mostly were the cool kids. I mean, the cheerleaders were all there. Yeah, they didn't talk to me. There was only 2 other boys from my class that were there, and they're both. One of them, we grew up together, and he was in my first grade class, and we were in Boy Scouts together all the way through. We even did our Eagle court together. Grew up, and then went separate ways. He's a cop, and we had a really good. I had a really good time, for like an hour or something. We were late. It was very pleasant, very nice venue, and everybody. We're 60 years old. When does high school get over with? It was like, oh yeah, same behaviors, and really different. There's this. Well, my wife said, "Oh, who is this girl?" Like da 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 da. Oh, that was so and so. She didn't even acknowledge your existence. And I said, yeah, well, that's 60 years running now. Spent 12 years in school together. But yeah, crazy. But we had a real nice ride over to the coast, and went the back way. But idiots, just loons out there on the road. Can't believe it. But it was about almost 80 degrees at the coast, and for this this old Oregon boy, that's just way uncomfortably warm. I've told you this before, but you know how you tell a true Oregonian, when it's 70 they're looking for shade, and when it's 71 they're turning on the air conditioner. So my motorcycle doesn't have an air conditioner or shade, but I was not feeling good. But right now, I am not going on a rant about Californians. If you live in California, God bless you. Stay right there. Okay, I will. We were sitting outside at this restaurant, and at the 2 tables next to us, there were 2 couples who just struck up a conversation. They were both from California, and they were trying to buy property, and they were complaining about how expensive the property is up here. There's one reason for that. Equity refugees over the last 30 years have driven the prices through the roof. Where I grew up, where my family homesteaded, my family name is on the section markers, the stone markers. There are only 2 people that I went to school with that can afford to live there. And literally, I watched people with California plates drive into a driveway, pull out a suitcase full of money, and say, "Is your house for sale? Be out Monday." I watched that, and my dad was an appraiser, and he just every day had stories, and our properties went just through the roof. And even we moved into this house we live in here, not this house, that's our shed. Chris and I built it a year ago, but the house across from us is smaller than ours, but they were a subdivision, not a quality subdivision either, and they were built at the same time. I think it's a 3-bedroom and ours is a 4. It just went on the market for $285. It sold for $305. 1,500 square foot house. We paid $60 for our house when it was new, when we bought it, which was almost 30 years ago. You know, my folks' house went from $30,000 to $325 for the house and property. Oh man! And now everything's building up, even over in Eastern Oregon, which you could just claim land over there back in the day. I had a chance, I remember, to buy 160 acres for $1,200. And my wife said, "Well, what would you do with it?" I said, "I'd just go sit in the middle of it." And one of the guys yesterday was telling me that he had just bought 80 acres in the middle of nowhere. I mean, really, middle of nowhere. Nothing to recommend it except its distance, for 150, and that was an incredible deal. Over at right next door to a ghost town. There's 5 ghost towns right where he bought it, and there's a reason they're ghost towns. There's nothing there. I mean, there's no way to make a living or anything. He's retiring, but craziness, just craziness. Should have bought more property instead of raising kids, I guess. Watching a squirrel. My son just moved in about 8 yards of planting mix for a new lawn. Squirrels are going crazy planting stuff in it. A lot of squirrels here. Well, of course, the 626 is an excellent pipe. Savinelli, of course, a wonderful brand. This Odyssey, I got maybe 2 more pipes full of it, and it's okay. You know, English style blend. It's all right. The guy that gave it to me didn't care for it, and I'm like, I don't know who makes it. It's just got the tag you saw. That's all I got. And I'm going to get back to my next book in the Dwarves series by Marcus, what's his name? Marcus Heights, and see what's happening to Tongadil and the rest of them. And you have a wonderful day. God bless. Of course.